Hello to everyone, this is Vishal and hope all are doing good. And now today we have another session that's be the base observable in MVVM or data binding techniques. So today I will show to you how we can use this base observable class or how we bind the annotations of a bindable annotations in our uh, model view or a view models. So that's very important because of incoming tutorials that I will upload the next week. That's be the use of this base observable class in a two-way communications, in a two-way binding, we can say it, in our projects on our apps. So we can say it any change or update in a view model, how we can notify it by the base observable class, and that is the most important class in our for our model views. So as you see on my screen, and I want to show to you the small practical also of the data binding in which we use this base observable class and why it is important, and how we can use it and how we can implement it. So that is the session today. So if you are doing if you are doing the something with our edit text, likewise our some we have to send we have to check sometimes that we have a total 8 length of the password, or likewise that is these things, or if you want to update, that means updates coming from your database or from the third party. So that means that observable we can find it our model using this base observable class. So in MVVM, that's most important, that I will show you in small labs when we'll make using this. So as you see the definition of this class is, we can say it's a class implementing of observable interface will allow to binding to attach a single listener to a bound object to listen for changes of all the properties on that object. So that means it listen the changes, just like if you bound it with the edit text. So that means it wherever with the any notification with that edit text happen, it automatically be on our view model and then can see that these changes on our classes. So this is a bindable. So for this we need a bindable annotations. For that I will show you how we can use it, and also we need a br class, but that is automatically be uh, coming when you make it a bindable annotation on your getter setters. I will show you. Okay, so this is a simple class user, and we can say it's our base model in which we make it extends base observable class. And if we here there's an example, I think that's examples given by the Android team, or I got it from somewhere, just show to you, but I will implement the things like that. So this is your, if you see there is a bindable annotations. So if you don't know about the annotation, I will create, I will make a video for the annotation also. So these are the annotations, bindable annotations that we have to set over on our getters. So we can access it, the notify properties change during the time of setters. So this is the way we can communicate with our getter setters or our view model as a extends base observable class. So today I'm making a half of the video just showing the bit about how we can implement this base observable. But on coming videos I will explain more about that using the MVVM approaches, presenter approaches, and other things. So can your funda be clear? Basic funda be clear. So and one more thing. mm, how the BR works. Okay, so we are on an Android Studio. Here, first we have to create the layout, and before that, as I told you in my previous tutorials, that you have to enable your data binding, because of this the first step of data binding or MVVM approach. So this is your main XML, in which I will show to you that how the base observer class work. So for this, I don't want we make it a match parent. we need a two text views and two edit text, in which I will describe to you how the changes or notify be happen on that. So we'll see. Make the background color be as a color primary. So, and here just we have to bind the text. So at this time just give the text email. Okay, and its orientation be vertical and gravity center, and margin top 30 dp, text size be also 30 dp. That's be easy. Okay, now what to do? Okay, just copy it, paste it, paste it, paste it, and this is our text view, this is our edit text. Make the hint be as email if you want be. Okay, so this is gravity center, everything is fine. Text size be little bit down for edit text. Okay, and the margin top be 20. That's good. And this is your password. $20. Okay, and this is your edit text, and this is a password. Okay, see the layout. Okay, so this is our email, password be here. Fine. So our layout is ready, and what to do? We have to create a view model. So for this we need a package for our view model or a model view, and here I have to create a Java class that is be your user model. So easy. But I'm showing to you first before using your bindable or a base observable. So make a password, and these two fields we have to generate a constructor be your empty, and then we go for the getter setters, that's we generate getter setters email and a password. That's be fine. This is our user model. And now we have to bind these fields, so it's so easy. What we are doing, simply, I think you become expert on data binding. So say layout, and under the layout just copy this namespaces. If you have any issue related to this data bindings or other things, so you must see my previous tutorials in which I applied binding techniques for the recycle view, for the list view binding, simple bindings on the text view, lot of things. And now we'll show to you base observable things. Okay, so this is our layout, and then we use the data here, and this is your variable name, your user, and this is the com dot base observable example view model user model. Everything is fine. Now what to do? We have to access the data. So for this, what we need, curly brackets at the rate user dot email. Now you can see the field be here, and the same field I want for my edit text, but here I have to receive the things. So say equal password, but we need to access from the edit text. So this is our data binding be ready. Now we have to bind this data on our main activity. Hide this. Data binding util set content view. We are set the content view for this, and our layout is same. Copy and paste it. Now we have to set the user model, and here set email as Vishal, set password also we can put it as Vishal, and activity when binding set user model. So that means our binding be ready. So first show to you this binding be happen with a simple user model. Okay, and then we have to create this user model using a base observable class. So see the discriminate between these two things, what happened, and how we use this br reference and notify property change once it run. Okay, now we can see that we, yes, it's already. So if you do some changes in your edit text, no changes happen in your text view. So that means uh, it's a simple model, we can bind it. But what happens when we make it as a extends base observable? So this is most important. Okay, so when you create your base observable, you first go for your getters. These getters be make a bindable, so can our property be bind and we can see the changes. And once you make it a bindable, it means here automatically a reference work, that reference be here br. So we need to work with the notify property change, as be here. So this notify property change means notify listener that a specific properties has changed, and the getter for the property that changes should be marked as a bindable to generate a field in br. Okay, so what happen if you use this notify property change? You can see that this is a br, and br we have for our email. So make it alt enter, and the same thing That means it's just be the same behavior as you are doing to find your IDs. So this is your r.id dot something. So here with the reference be your br, that means br accessing to your that particular field. So go for notify property change br dot password. So that means both the fields be here automatically. But this br works when you make it bindable of your getters, otherwise no need of this. So it depends on see here, that is the most important line. That means the observer interface has a mechanism to add and remove listeners, but notifying is up to developer. How to make a development easy. Okay, to make development easier is a base class basket to implement the listen this mechanism. Okay, so that means it depends on you where you want to be, where these fields will work, and how you notify it, how you apply the events. Lot of stuffs with there, but today just go for how to make a bindable and how you set your properties change. Very simple. So now this be ready. Yeah, rest of the things be fine. Just check it what happened. So again run that and see the changes. So that means when you apply to your bindable annotation and your notify property change automatically, we can see on your field. So that is, it is generate to field in BR to be used as field ID, and it's very similar just like your r.id dot something you access. Okay, we'll wait for a minute and see what happens when we create our class as a base observable class. So once these small things you have worked, then we go for a app that is a complete, that will be complete based on your MVVM. And so can you use the validation or the other things, import the files, import the packages, likewise that on your data binding techniques and a complete and pure MVVM approaches. So before that you have to see all the parts of my videos and learn it well. Okay, now it's ready. We'll see the changes. It installing the APK. Okay, so you see that is a binding be there. So what we do, if we do some changes on your edit text, yeah, so you can see that there be notify by the text field. That means here it works. If you do the same thing, so that means this is the class that observe updation changes. This all be by your notify property change. And when it works, when you make it bindable, you can access it using your BR reference of particular field. Okay, so I think that's be easy, and you first work on this and test on uh, and then we'll apply on our small apps how it works be there. So thank you so much. Today we have to wind up.